this is a blower door. Just give a brief overview. This is this black thing here is an adjustable frame, so fits any size door, except for really excessively tall ones. So you use these cam locks that are down here. That's probably really hard to see. Adjust the door frame up, and then pinch these down to really tighten it into the frame. Then you have this fan. You have one hose outside, a green hose. This is our reference hose. So this is called a manometer. All it really is a fancy pressure gauge. It has an A channel and a B channel. And the A channel, for this instance, is going to measure pressure. So we want pressure to the outside. So this tap's going to be reading house pressure. This one's going to be reading the reference to the outside. This channel B, these act independently of one another. This channel B is going to measure the flow of air going through this fan as we begin to try and get to negative pressure. So as I turn this up, as I turn the fan speed controller up, the house pressure is going to go more negative. And depending on if it's really leaky, there's going to be a ton of air being pulled across that in order to get it to negative 50 pascals. So this is all based on air in equals air out. So by sucking air out of the building, it's going to try and equalize and find its way into other places. So
where did you see air coming in around here now when you did it recently? And what's it come out to now?
So it started at, okay, I don't want to get, so this is like a 1,600 square foot house. I have my notes there. 12,000 cubic feet for the volume, which is important for figuring out how leaky or how tight a building is. We started at 3,300 cubic feet per minute of air. So in order to get this house to negative 50, there's 3,300 cubic feet per minute of air going through this fan, measured based on this. And now we're down to 1,400, which the beginning number is 16 ACH, so 16 air changes per hour. If you were to leave this fan on for an hour, the volume of air in this house would turn over 16 times. So by doing the walls, the basement, and most of the attic, we reduce that to 7. So in natural conditions, that's 0.35. So every hour, a third of the volume of air in this house leaks out naturally.
Are you happy with that?
Not happy enough yet, but I'm happy actually because I haven't picked out my HRV or my recovery system yet, and I haven't switched out my water heater, which is bad news. So if you have gas equipment in your house, especially atmospherically vented, when you start to tighten up a house, you really have to start to get concerned about that thing drafting properly. So 7 air changes per hour is like the industry cutoff pretty much for wanting to discuss makeup air of some sort, like an HRV, exhaust fans, to get pollutants and everything out of the house. Because if the indoor and outdoor temperature are really close to the same and there's no pressure difference on the building, it'll get really stagnant and moisture and all that will build up. So I'm trying to ultimately get this place, I don't know, my goal is kind of 2, but I don't know if I'm going to get there based on where I am now. So
that's 7 air changes per hour at negative 50 with that running.
Yeah.
A third of an air, a third
yeah.
per hour is acceptable.
Yeah. Is like, so the new home's Energy Star standard is that 0.357 ACH. I think it's going down, but
4.
It's going to be 4. Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Be 4.
That negative 50.